G'day and welcome to another episode of The Boat Show. Look, I know it doesn't get much better than this. I'm about an hour and a half out of the Gold Coast, about an hour out of Brizzy, just hanging here at Atkinson Dam. Got my little Billy sitting next to me there. Morning cup of tea. Have a look behind me. It is an absolutely balmy day to be on the water. We're going to deal with a bit of inland stuff today. All the guys on the skis and the boats. Just having a warm up now. I'm just going to sit here and relax, have a bit of a morning cup of tea, and then I might head out in the water. Yet another lousy day in paradise here at southeast Queensland, gem of a location, Atkinson's Dam. Our Mr. Nathan Nichols of Cruise Craft Boats has kindly invited us to join his family and their friends to a fun-filled day out on the dam. Tents and the marquees set up in a flash, and the billies were boiled in no time. The kids were straight into it, the tubes were being pumped up and the boards and ropes all laid out and ready to rock and roll. Even first thing in the morning, everyone was champing at the bits to get out there to make a splash. Well, I'm down here at Atkinson Dam with my main man, Mr. Nathan. Now, I'm not going to lie, I think you told me something before, you're a 5-time world champion for wakeboarding.
Oh, I'd like to think I was.
No, I'm only kidding. No, this is our main man. Now, I guess the main thing that we come into is, the rules and the regulations when we come down to somewhere, I guess, so different to other people on the boating. We're in inland water, obviously, being freshwater. Now, do we have to get permits?
Certain dams you do need to get a permit.
Yeah.
Atkinson's you don't.
Okay.
But the likes of Somerset, I think Maroon as well, you may need to get a permit for those, but you can get through southeast Queensland waterways.
Yep. So there's not all the dams you have to get permits. There's only certain ones that you'll have to come in.
Only certain ones, and I just recommend you check before you go.
Yeah, definitely.
They've got a great website, in SEQ Water, so that'll give you all your permit details and everything that you need.
And prices as well. So when it comes to costs and all the other stuff, it pretty much gives you the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, you can buy a weekly pass or a yearly pass. So again, just depends on what you want to do.
Okay, no worries. And when we come down to, say, such a large dam here, now does it depend on the size of the dam, is depending on what size boat we can take out as opposed to skis, boats, or does it?
Not necessarily, no, it doesn't really matter. The only thing you've got to be conscious of how many boats are allowed on the dam at any one time, and again, off of the SEQ website, it'll give you all of that information. So certain dams obviously a lot bigger, so you'll fit a lot more boats on. Smaller dams, just got to be conscious of that. And
it doesn't really matter where they are on the dam, it's just really that number and that's it?
Yep.
And that's just to stop collisions, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, just to keep it as safe as you can. We've got lots of kids and lots of families out here having a really good day, and you just want to make it as safe as you can for them.
Yep, definitely. And all right, so being a camping ground, you're going to get a lot of novice people coming down as well that have just bought, a nice whiz-bang boat. Now, does it matter? Can you be a novice and get out there and give it a crack, or do you have to have a bit of experience behind you? Or
a couple of things. It wouldn't hurt if you had a little bit of experience behind you. Simple rules, like it's always an anti-clockwise. All dams you ski in an anti-clockwise direction. That way, then you're always looking to your left if you go to take off from the bank. There's
Look at this, the boys doing it in style as well. It's not fair, they get a bit of a warm-up practice before I get out there. Keep practicing, boys, I'll be out there soon, don't worry.
I'm trying to think of what else.
No, that's all right. So we're going anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
And that's the motion that you have to follow all the time?
All the time. Always, when you go to leave the bank, make sure you're looking to your left-hand side to make sure nobody's coming into the bank. And when you are coming to the bank, make sure that you're keeping an eye on the people, the boats that are on the bank, to make sure they're not going to pull out in front of you.
Okay, beauty. And now, is there anything else that you can kind of think off the top of your head that, we might need to know for someone that's so new? Say you've just come along and you've just driven past and you go, look, this looks like a great place to go camping. We're going to pull up. What do we need to know to come down here?
Boating-wise, you just need to be aware that, give everybody plenty of space. Don't ski too close to each other. Don't follow each other. If you're following somebody and their skier falls off, you've got really quick reaction time to be able to move, and you don't want to be running over them.
Sure.
you know, they're pretty well those sort of things. You know,
Yeah.
just being really aware of the environment that you're in.
So common knowledge kind of stuff when you're out on the water.
Yep,
You know, respecting
yep.
everyone's space, all that kind of stuff.
And if you're not sure, everybody's friendly down here, so you can always go to the campsite beside you and ask the questions. Hey mate, what do I do here? How do I go about it?
Yep.
If you're uncertain, always ask.
And you'll be able to find out that information no matter what. And like you said, on the internet as well, check out before you go.
Definitely.
So that's the best thing. Make sure you check out on the internet before you come down, whether it be at Atkinson Dam or somewhere else. All the info is always on the websites. Punch it in and away we go. So obviously coming down here now, you can see there's just a sand edge. So there's no ramps. So how do we launch?
There is ramps at all the dams
Okay.
that you'll find. Again, it's being courteous at the ramps. Make sure you give everybody a hand along the way. It makes the day a lot more enjoyable. So,
Do we need like a four-wheel drive? So I look at some of these ramps and go, oh, wow, we got a bit of sand here or something. Can someone come down just in like a wagon or a normal sedan and they'll still be able to get in and out, no worries?
yeah, no worries at all. Doesn't matter what sort of vehicle you've got, as long as it's got the right tow rating for the boat or the ski, you're laughing.
And we're set.
Or it's set to go.
Beautiful. I reckon by judging what the boys were doing just then, I think I might need a bit of warm-up practice. What do you reckon we head out there and give it a crack?
Sounds all right, mate. Sounds all right.
Atkinson's Dam was a natural lagoon near Loonwood in southeast Queensland prior to the dam wall constructed in 1970. It holds some staggering 30,500 megalitres for irrigation purposes and is a fantastic spot for water sports and fishing. The dam is stocked with silver perch, bass, southern Saratoga and golden perch. Of course you need a fishing permit to throw a line in here as well, but the dam also has 2 boat ramps, picnic tables and 2 caravan parks, so there is something for everyone. Now I managed to drag Kerry away from all the fun on the water and just sat down and we might have a cup of tea a little bit later on, but we're going to get down to some of the info about how Kerry kind of got into the sport. I guess we can call it a sport. Wakeboarding is a sport, tennis. Now, Kerry, I guess we're going to start off with is, how did you start doing it? Like, I guess there's surfing and, badminton and stamp collecting and all that kind of stuff. How's this sport kind of go, well, wake up one day and go, all right, we're going to go buy a boat and we're going to kickstart it?
For us, it was just, we went with friends.
Yep.
Nathan and Tom. Nathan's got the boat, Tom's got the jet ski. They invited us out for a day. We loved it. The kids loved it. Anything that can get your kids outside is a good thing.
Definitely. Away from the computer and the TV,
absolutely,
the Xboxes and all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, that was basically how we started. We bought a tinny and went, yeah, this is a lot of fun, but it doesn't go very fast. And then we ended up buying a jet ski just last August.
And kind of upgraded from there. So you got a bit of a taste of the bug in the water, having a bit of fun. The kids loved it, nagged, Mum, come on, can we get something a little bit into the water? And then it just kind of went from there.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. And so the best thing about it now, can you kind of you just chuck your trailer on, come down by yourself and hang out at the campground, or do you find it's better? Because I can see at the moment, we've got kids and families everywhere, and I was talking to a couple of guys before and they were saying that it's such a good option to get all the families down and enjoy it and really just meet new people and get on the outdoors. So is it one of those things where, I guess you could do it obviously with your family, but it's better with a larger group? And
absolutely, more the better. A lot of people, it's a lot of fun, but more than that, if you really need to come with somebody with experience, just to give you, learn the ropes, find out what you can, the rules of the lake. I mean, you can go and you can learn that in your courses and everything, but until you get out here and do it, you really learn so much more by just going with other people, and it's just so much more fun.
And exactly what you were saying before as well, the kids are going to love it. You get them out, it's the weekends, they like getting outdoors, and with the weather like this, like today.
Perfect.
Thanks heaps for putting the weather on, it's absolutely balmy out here. So I guess, the larger the group, you can do it for your Easters and your Christmas and all that kind of stuff, and you come down. Now, is there certain areas that you can kind of come down to here, or are you allowed to just pull up anywhere, set up like we have, and just away we go?
I believe some dams are a no ski place.
Yep.
Atkinson, obviously you can. Somerset is a good ski dam. We live at Wellington Point in Brisbane, so we often just go down to off Wellington Point, off Raby Bay, just take a trip over to Peel Island. We don't so much ski down, wakeboard or ski down there. It's just more of a bit of a fun run around.
Yep.
But certainly the lake is the best place for skiing and wakeboarding.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Now I see there's a lot of little kids running around, the young ones as well, and they get into it. Now, is it a hard thing for the little kids to get into? Because obviously, you know, as you get older, you get more confident, you want to do the wakeboarding like everyone else, and you kind of follow the trends. Now, is there a way that they can kind of start off and just kind of gradually work into it, or do you just throw them on a wakeboard and hope for the best?
No, I think kneeboarding seems to be the way to start. That's the way our kids started, just on the kneeboard. It seems to be the easiest way to go. And tubing, they have a lot of fun on the back of the tube. And then they just kind of progress up to skiing and wakeboarding. I think you need a little bit more body strength to do the skiing and wakeboarding.
Yep.
But certainly, you know, start them off, you know, as young as possible, because they don't have a fear of the water then.
And then they tend to love it more as well. You know,
Absolutely.
they kind of grow into it and fall into it. You know, I've been surfing for many years and you kind of do the same thing and then it just rules your life. So, you know, you got the kids down here now, you know that it's going to be stuck with them for years to come.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're going to be stuck driving them down until I guess they turn 17, 18 until they get their licences.
Well, yeah, fortunately, three of our oldest boys have their licences now, so they often do. They'll hook up the ski behind my car and they can take off by themselves now.
Yeah, and
So
obviously going back to exactly what you were saying before, it's fantastic to get them outside, you know, enjoying the water, especially being in such a beautiful place that we live, to make the most of it being on the water as well. And I think the temperature of the water, we're 24, 25, so it's just come out of the summer conditions.
It's surprisingly warm.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk into it, I actually thought it'll be a bit cool today, but it's surprisingly warm.
Yep, so we throw the life jackets on, the board shorts, and away we go.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I won't hold you up too much longer. I'll throw you back out there and we'll see what style you got on the water.
No, my style is on the jet ski, not on the back.
Your style's on the seat and you're doing it very well.
Absolutely.
After the break, we take a look at PWC's giving the ski boats a run for their money, and I get my chance out there on the water, so wish me luck. Lucky it's summer.